go and have a little look and analyse where they can improve, because that's where Liverpool are much better than them in terms of attacking-wise. Now, this is against Newcastle, and we're just seeing this sort of lots of times within games. So, Partey's on the ball. You just see him. He's actually looking. He's looking for a pass in here. These spaces here, players between the lines. He's got his right hand out, looking to try and play it in here. It doesn't happen. Again, look at this man. Martin Odegaard. He's the man you want in these positions. Look, he's always on the outside of it looking in. So it comes back again now. Timber goes inside. Again, there's nobody here in these spaces. It's almost like a horseshoe here. Everyone almost, you go all the way from this side, Trossard, I think it's Martinelli on the far side, with actually all these players are actually on the outside looking in. There's no one here. There's no one here to bounce off. Martin Odegaard has got to be braver and stay in these positions. It gets recycled over to the other side, comes to Declan Rice. Again, he's looking for a pass again. But again, nothing in here. No one to combine with. They're always looking to go on the outside. And as I said, they've had great success with that. But in terms of maybe getting to the numbers Liverpool are, they've got to have players here. This is at the weekend. This is against Aston Villa. Odegaard, exactly where you'd want him. Moreno there. These high number 8s in the pockets. He's dragging a defender with him. Moreno's in space. That's exactly what you want. And this is actually the build-up to the first goal, actually. But as the ball then comes across, Moreno here, he goes on to the last line. Odegaard does the same. So again, you're in a situation where there's nobody here, there's nobody in these spaces. Odegaard's got to stay here at times. Moreno in these places, drag people out of position and play through teams. This time, again with the quality, brilliant from Trossard. They go round teams as they do a lot. But there's definitely something missing with Arsenal in terms of going through teams. And this is the first goal. Trossard does brilliantly. Cross comes in. Martinelli on the far side. I'm looking at Odegaard because I'm looking at him taking up positions that I think he's got to be brave. He's got to have more courage to stay in there. So you look at these seasons. They actually just, let's look at the touches. There's no real difference in the touches from 3 or 4 years ago. Percentage of touches on the flanks. You can see, again, pretty normal. And then you get here. That's a big jump. That is a really big jump, and we've just shown highlights there to sort of highlight that, some of the clips in that. When I think of David Silva, the greatest thing about David Silva, who's a similar sort of player, was that he always stayed between the lines. He might get less touches, but in those tight, intricate spaces, he'd be there and he'd play that little pass. Odegaard, for me, is taking the safe option. When he's coming outside of the block, he might get a bit of free time and keep the ball, but he's got to stay in there. Now, that's on the right side. On the left side, they haven't got that profile of player. And that's where Lewis Skelly's got to come in. He's got to keep inverting and keep getting into those high number 8 positions and maybe play the pass, because Declan Rice can't do it from there, Havertz can't do it from there, and Moreno can't do it from there.
Is this going to stop them winning the title, Manu? Well,
I understand what Jamie has just said, but I think actually Arteta has a plan, you know, and you can see that the players respond very well with the plan and they stick with it. And they play on the wide areas all the time, and they are very good at it, you know. And the fact that Saka is not there has a big impact, you know, on the relationship with Odegaard and him. But I'm going to ask a question to Jamie.
I hope I've got the answer.
No, I mean, I agree. You know, Arsenal can improve in so many areas, you know, and this is one of them. But do you think they have the profile of the player, except Odegaard? Probably Kai Havertz, we can, you know, drop.
No, and that's my point. I don't think
so that's why they stick with the plan.
Yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is, then so many of your attacks to become predictable. Eventually, that you've only got one way of going round.
It works because in one game they score goals, and they create chances.
But my point being is, defensively, Arsenal and Liverpool are pretty similar. I think Arsenal probably got the edge defensively. But when you look at those numbers of the XG and the goals Liverpool have scored, they're a long way above Arsenal. So my point is, they need to add this to the game as well as getting on the outside of teams if they're going to match Liverpool and win the title.
Okay, on the table you've shown, you know, where are Liverpool actually?
Ninth.
Where are they on the table?
Top. So you agree with me?
And they're 6 points clear.
So, I mean, okay.
They're 6 points clear with a game in hand. So are we saying the title race is over right now?
I know that you will disagree with me, but I'm pretty sure because by experience I know that. You know, we've done it in 1998, and we've seen that this season again with Manchester City. You know, they were fighting, you know, for the best position, and they dropped. Chelsea as well. They were second for weeks as well. So things go so fast in the Premier League.
This was an extraordinary sequence of results that you just referenced.
We had this discussion with Jamie before, and he said to me, with all the striker you have in Arsenal, you cannot win the Premier League. I disagree with that, because they are not far from Liverpool by scoring goals. Liverpool have 50 goals, Arsenal have 43. They are almost the same in terms of defense, 20 and 21, which means the difference is not that huge. It's the points they drop when they are under controls in games, just like what happened against Newcastle, for example.
On this run, because you were keeping clean sheets, you were winning games by the odd goal.
Yeah, but how many times we won 1-0?
Yeah, but you won 15 of the last 18, which took you all the way to the title, which was an extraordinary achievement.
Consistency in performances and results is the most important things, you know, if you want to win the Premier League.
So the question is, can this Arsenal team do it?
Yes.
Recent history tells us it's a possibility. This was last season.
I'll tell you
Manu.
why. Because
they won 16 of the last 18 last season.
Big games are coming back, you know, with the Champions League. Liverpool and other teams, you know, are dealing with so many competitions. Arsenal, they have so many injured players. They're going to be back soon, and top players as well. So they're going to be fresh. They are out, you know, on almost the 2 national cups, you know. So there will be only concentrate on the Champions League and as well on the Premier League. And on top of it, in February, there will be already, you know, just like Liverpool, qualified for the next one in the Champions League. So they will make a turnover as well. So there is so many reasons as well, because Liverpool
I'll give you three reasons
Liverpool
why
are not that well, you know, the last few weeks. They're conceding goals all the time. They're not that confident. I think you're too confident, Jamie.
They had Overmars, Anelka and Dennis Bergkamp. This team at the moment is playing with Martinelli, Trossard and Havertz. That's
at the moment, but players are going back, you know,
Saka's
soon.
coming back one year in. Of course, they're going to sign a new striker.
The market is not over yet as well. So.
And Manu, can I just show the viewers as well? He's got the Arsenal red on as well. There we go.
I mean, you're too confident, Jamie. And you know by experience that the Premier League goes so fast, you know. So
all right.
it's a long way to go,
We've got to get to a break.